Winston Cup gunslingers Mark Martin and Dale Earnhardt have saddled up and are set for their duel in the desert.
On behalf of Checker, who is sponsoring this race and also sells a lot of AC Delco parts, I would like to ask you gentlemen to start your engines and get those mothers on the racetrack.
This 43-car field roars to life here for this third running of the Checker 500 NASCAR Winston Cup race at Phoenix International Raceway. We're just in the foothills of the rugged Australia Mountains, 20 miles southwest of Phoenix, Arizona, in the Sonoran Desert. Let's take a look at our Sears Die-Hard starting grid. Rusty Wallace winning his 8th career pole, becoming the 13th pole winner of 1990, will lead the charge alongside Kenny Schrader. Row 2, there's the man in the hunt, Dale Earnhardt. And Davey Allison, what a great second half he's been having. Back to row 3, Dick Trickle, a great run yesterday in the Southwest Tour race. And Greg Sachs back in the Hendrick car. He will start 6th. Row 4, Rick Mass, an impressive qualifying run in that Travis Carter prepared car. And our Winston Cup point leader, Mark Martin. Back to row 5, Ricky Rudd, who led the most laps here 2 years ago, along with Darrell Waltrip, looking for a good run in the Tide machine. Alan Kawicki picking up that first ever Winston Cup win here in 1988 inside row 6. And awesome Bill Elliott will start 12th. Row 7, Jeff Bodine in the Budweiser car. That's the car that's finished second here the past 2 years with Terry Labonte aboard. And Bobby Hillin will flank him. As you look at the rest of the starting lineup, gentlemen, it's going to be a great show here. Now, they talked about this being a Ford racetrack, because Fords have won both times of the Winston Cup cars that come out here, Benny. But 8 of the top 10 qualifiers are GM products.
Well, the first race here, the 26 car driven then by Ricky Rudd at General Motors car dominated the race. Last year, Rusty Wallace in a Pontiac had it going his way. Both times the Ford ended up victory lane, but a General Motors car can run as well as a Ford.
Well, indeed, we're looking for a great race. You see a lot of Troy Beebe back making his first Winston Cup start after the injury up at Watkins Glen with a concussion and a fractured pelvis. Good to see him back. Jim Bound, the 30-year-old younger brother of Chuck Bound. He will be in the starting field. A great field of cars, some 43 strong. Now, this Phoenix International Raceway, it's a 1-mile oval. The pole speed, 124.443 miles per hour at 28.92 seconds. It's 312 laps. That's 500 kilometers here. The field separation, 4.6 miles per hour. Chevrolet Lumina safety car, 1991 version, leading the field down, getting set. 27 races, 13 different winners. Of course, remember Rockingham, the 13th different winner. That was Alan Kawicki. And it was here 2 years ago that he got his first ever Winston Cup win. Now we'll be riding in car with Kyle Petty, the Jason Binoculars in car, in the Peak Antifreeze Pontiac. Dick Trickle, Phillips 56 in car. Camera, you'll see the face cam looking out the bumper there of the Trickle car. And of course, the Quaker State in car. There's Brett Bodine, the Kenny Bernstein owned machine, as well as a side camera looking out the side. You'll see some great shots there in this very, very narrow racetrack. Getting set for the green flag. Rusty Wallace picks up his first pole of the 1990 season. A record crowd. We are told it'll exceed 75,000. Possibly a record for a sporting event in the state of Arizona. We'll let you know later on today as they come to their feet. Safety car will pull away out of turn 4. A Pontiac and Chevrolet on the front row. A pair of Chevrolets in row 2. Wallace bringing them down very slow and very deliberate. Green flag. Complete. Rusty Wallace picking up where he left off here in practice. One of the quickest cars in practice since they arrived here on Thursday afternoon. And Wallace has the Pontiac at the point.
But here comes Dale Earnhardt. That black number 3 lost a few car lengths onto the start, but he's on the back bumper of Schrader trying to take that second spot away.
And Mark Martin, where's our Winston Cup point leader? Well, there he is. Mark Martin working over Greg Sachs there in the car number 18.
Jerry, he's moving up, trying to take over the 7th position. He started 8th, so, and here's Earnhardt being very aggressive.
Remember, we told you these guys were upset? No, they were embarrassed about their performances. Mike Chase has tagged the wall, and in turn 1, he scrapes a little bit, and yet we have not seen the yellow flag. That's the car number 23, the Rookie of the Year in the Winston West Championship battle.
There goes Earnhardt. Has his sights on that other black car, Rusty Wallace, as Jerry mentioned. His first pole position of 1990 here on Friday.
Mark Martin, we get a shot out of the bumper cam as get a big shot of that Folgers Ford Thunderbird. That's Nick Trickle's bumper cam, the Phillips 66 car, looking back at Mark Martin. Currently in 6th place, Trickle in 5th.
There's Alan Kowicki, our winner last week, trying to get by Bill Elliott going down in turn 3. That's 3 Fords, the red 11. Jeff Bodine watching this action, trying to figure out which way to go.
And Mark Martin now moves to the inside of Dick Trickle. Will take away that spot. Take away the 5th spot.
Man, I'm surprised that Mark Martin is running this hard this early. I really am.
Evidently, his car is working to his satisfaction, Benny, and feels good running at that speed, so he don't want Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace and them to get too far away from him, so asserting himself.
Well, let's check in the pits with John Kernan.
Well, Jerry, one of the reasons that Mark is doing this, Jack Roush told me earlier today, if the car will run, he's going to run to the front because of the number of West Coast drivers who they don't have experience running with on the racetrack. They want to run with the guys that they know that they can predict what they are going to do out there on the racetrack. They want to pit with them. Now, Dale Earnhardt, on the other hand, their strategy is simple. They've got 2nd place locked up. They're going to go out and run it to the front as hard as they can for as long as they can.
Great battle back there for 11th spot as Kowicki now moves inside of Bill Elliott. 2 Fords dueling, and that's right. That's Ricky Rudd right in front of him along with Darrell Waltrip. The 7 of Kowicki, the Xerox Ford. 2 previous Phoenix winners here. Of course, Kowicki winning in '88, and Elliott won it last year. They're battling for 11th spot. Kowicki gets the advantage inside of turn 1 by half a car length. What a tremendous string Ford has been on since Dover, Delaware. They've won the last 5 in a row, scattering out among 5 different Ford drivers. Of course, Ford having won both times here at Phoenix International Raceway.
And, of course, those 5 wins in a row has put Ford and Chevrolet in a tie for the Manufacturers' Championship.
179 points each. Chevrolet and Ford has not won it for a long time. They're door-to-door down in turn 1. 5 make it 6 cars now. On the screen, you see Greg Sachs there as Ricky Rudd trying to move over beneath the team car. That's the Hendrick Motorsports efforts for both those cars. Right behind him, the Ford battle continues between Kowicki and Elliott.
Sachs is dropping back a little bit. He started up in front, has lost a few positions. Trying to get his car sorted out. Look, Kowicki's going to try to get inside him. That may leave Bill Elliott hung out to dry.
Action all over this racetrack out here, the Desert Jewel, they call it. Rusty Wallace still leading up front, but we've got serious action here in the pack as they now file, single file down the back straightaway. See Ernie Irvin just moving around car number 94. That's Sterling Marlin, who had a great run here a year ago. Irvin in the Kodak Field car. Back inside the Quaker State in car. That's Bobby Hillman right in front of Brett Bodine, the Snickers Buick. Harry Hyde prepared car. You see Brett Bodine there looking, trying to see if he can get a move underneath Hillman and possibly get up and move on Sterling Marlin in front of him. They're single filed and now possibly getting underneath as Hillman makes the wide move to try to get to the high side. Kowicki is on the move. Alan Kowicki now goes by Greg Sachs in the car number 18.
And, Jerry, they're finding that the outside groove is beginning to work early here in the race. We see Elliott now trying to move by Greg Sachs on the outside.
And Kawicki will take the 10th spot, now being shown in the top 10. We've got racing all over the place here at Phoenix International Raceway, the Checker 500-kilometer event. And there is Rusty Wallace, who is showing the way in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. Jack Roush and many others watching. Stay